South. I am your host, Stephen Booth, man. We're gonna tell you some good old skilly stuff. This is episode 109 for that ass. Um, yeah. So let's get on with the podcast. Remember now, before we go hit play, hit that subscribe button for me, please. I'm sorry if you hear chewing in the background. My computer's being tough. But anyways, Smelly Joes, let's get this going. Now, I hope you don't get too scared out there, because I got some good ones. We're gonna cover Canada. It's good stuff. Alright, let's do it, guys. Well, hello, and welcome back to another scary edition to Ghost Stories Told from the South. I am your host, Stephen LeBooth, and I got some great, scary stuff for you to. Excuse me. Today, boys and girls. Sorry, I got the hiccups. I didn't mean to. I was doing that little voice thing there, and it made me start hiccuping. But this is Stephen LeBooth with Ghost Stories Told from the South. I am your host, Stephen LeBooth. Like I've already said 3 or 4 freaking times already. Alright. Alright, guys. Well, let me hide that. Alright. We're going to do this again. I did not like how I opened that up. But you want to do it again with me, guys? Here's the countdown. 3, 2, 1, and... Well, hello. And welcome back, my friends, to another scary edition of Ghost Stories Told from the South. I am your host, Stephen LeBooth. And we've got some amazing, good, creepy, scary stuff for you today. Ah, man, I can't talk. But we got some great, good, scary stuff for you guys. Hope you're ready to get a little scarified before we get into everything and start talking about anything. Do me a favor, guys, and hit that subscribe button right now for me. It'll make a good little boy like me just trying to get by telling ghost stories feel so much better. But anyways, how's everybody doing out there in Spookland? Whoa. Hope everybody's having a great time at work. Hope your health is great. Hope your family's great. Hope you're staying hydrated out there. And it's a hot summer weather we got, baby. It's gonna be a long hot summer. Another big hot summer. I'm used to it though down there in Texas, but Jesus, it's getting pretty damn hot. So, with that being said, man, hope you're having a great time. Hope I don't sound too redneck, sometimes going, hey man. I don't mean to. But yeah, we going to cover Canada, so I got some good, great stuff. So let's dive on down to the nitty gritty, guys. So sit back, relax, kick your feet back, get your blanket, snuggle up with your dog or kitty with some coffee or some hot cocoa, and sit back and relax and listen to Uncle Boo tell you some creepy, creepy stories. I'm just putting in my music right here. All right. Right, I'm going to do this real quick. Can I ease on into it? Well, let me see how it sounds. All right, ready? Well, son of a bitch, I messed it up. Sorry, I do. But watching the YouTube version, you guys get a little something special. Y'all get to see the behind the scenes stuff. You get to see what the people on the audio part of the audio part of the podcast. They don't get to. That's all they get. You get the visual. You get the video, my friends. So, all right, we're getting back with our first story. All right, our first story is of the Graigdarrah Castle, the haunted place in Victoria. Graigdarrah Castle in Victoria is a Scottish baronial style mansion located in British Columbia, Canada. Owing to its landmark status in Victoria, it was tabled as a National Historical Site of Canada. Graigdarrah Castle in Victoria is over 2,300 years. Years. It is 2,300 millimeters and comprises of 39 rooms. It was built in the 1800s for a wealthy family from the coal industry, Robert Dismuir, and his wife, Joan. However, Robert died within 17 months before the construction on the Graigdarrah Castle was finished. The first the first artifact of the castle wore an oh okay the, yeah the first artifact oh okay the first architect of the castle, Warren Haywood Williams, was deceased and was well before the finalization of the castle. His son James and Alexander decided to finish the castle after his father's death. When the architect died, his work came under the control of his partner Arthur L. Smith in the year 1890. James Dismuir was appointed as well for the construction of the Victoria Second Castle, Hatley Castle, which is located in Colwood, British Columbia. The castle's construction is believed to have cost around $500,000 and consists of granite from British Columbia, tiles from the consists of granite from British Columbia, tiles from San Francisco, an oak staircase manufactured in Chicago. When intently constructed, Graigdarrah in Victoria was suited on 28 acres of formal gardens. After John Dismuir's death, his daughter sold the Graigdarrah Castle in Victoria to the land investor Griffith Hutchins for $38,000. God dang! But back then, that was like $2 or $3 million. I mean, that was a lot back then. But now looking at it, you're like, holy shit! Who split the property into building sets to increase sales for the duration of a slow real estate market. Hutchins proclaimed that the Graigdarrah Castle would be the theme of a lottery to be won by one of the residential parcels buyers imprinted from the property. Solomon Carman, who won the castle, mortgaged the manor to fund other stuff and gambling, which boomed, leaving him destituted in 1919. The ownership of the castle was transferred to one of its Solomon's creditors. Robert Dismuir's death brought trouble to the family. Differing from his oral promises made to his sons, he left his whole property and business and assets to his wife. This disappointed both Alex and James, and since they worked there their entire life for the family business. It took 7 years to agree with her mother, Joan, to give them the title to the San Francisco company. It took another 3 years to agree their terms to buy the Wellington colliery too, which since Alex felt financially secure enough to marry his love, Josephine, in a Josephine, a divorcee. He lived with her for almost 20 years as a husband and wife. However, their marriage lasted only 6 weeks. Alex died while they were on their honeymoon in New York. After the death of the family was divided due to the arguments with Alex's will. The fight ended up in a lawsuit that went all the way to co- the conditional committee of the Privy Council in London. Okay, god dang, come on. I'm sorry, these pages are kind of staying stuck together. And it's not because I did anything. Pervs. James was the chief of British Columbia at the time, and he sued his mother. The news was all over the place. Joan and James did not speak for several years. Fucking sued his mom. That's pretty ballsy. Joan passed away in 1908 in the Gordage Castle, where she lived for 18 years. It was believed that James would not attend her funeral. However, he did at least. The Graigdarrah Castle regular life continued until 1970 before the Graigdarrah Castle Historical Museum Society took up the abandon. Graigdarrah Castle was renovated significantly by the federal DSCR before integrating as a military hospital in 1990. The kitchen was replenished and the walls were rearranged on every floor. New bathroom and hydrotherapy, along with new sinks, were mounted. The four-story castle still owns rich furnishings from the 1890s, and it's famous for its stained glass, and its wonderful woodwork. The Graigdarrah Castle Historical Museum Society holds the castle at present time. It is a private non-profit community and is open to the public. The castle is a tourist attraction that lures 150,000 visitors per year. Sorry, I had to get a drink of coffee, my friend. Okay, now since we went back and talked about the history of the place and how many times it changed hands, let's go with the hauntings that happens there. Here are some of the castle's ghost stories that are presumed to be connected with the Dursmere family, people who have encountered specific ghosts frequently, which they believe to be Joan Dismere. I hope I'm doing it right. They have they have seen its specter walking down the main stairs in a ball gown. At the most unusual thing about the ghost, it is that the most unusual thing about the ghost is that no one has ever seen her in any other part of the castle or going up the stairs. She's always coming down. I don't know, maybe she really loved that staircase. She spirit hangs around. Especially she was there for 18 years. The basement of the castle is supposedly haunted. Oh, supposedly haunted. As well as it is assumed to be haunted by a young girl, and some say that she is the second daughter of Robert Dismere, which died. Dismere. She died soon after Robert. Her specter has been even seen standing in the cellar, glaring at the floor. However, she does not stay for long. Soon after, when someone enters, she fades away. Other paranormal events consist of a sudden drop in the temperature and a sense of a candle wax coming from above. A bug could not find the case. Okay. But when you look, there's nothing lit up there. So where's its candle wax coming from? Others have heard the ghostly crying sound of a child, objects moving on their own, and the sound of a piano coming from the dining room when no one is present. And most importantly, there is not any piano inside the castle. Maybe at one time there was, and they used to have huge ballroom dances. Oh my fucking god, really? Motherfucker. God damn it. God damn it. Sorry about that, guys. I got done with that story and I fucking looked up and my fucking computer quit recording. So I gotta go back now. I found my notes. I found the spot where I was at. Okay, we're talking about Greg Dorrich Castle. The man who started building it, Robert, he died, remember, 17 months before construction of the castle was finished. The first the first architect of the castle, Warren Haywood Williams, was deceased. As well before the finalization of the castle. Excuse me, castle. Oh my God. His son James, or was it? Okay, his son James and Alexander decided to finish the castle after their father's death. When the architect died, his work came under the control of his partner Arthur L. Smith in the year 1890. James Dismuir was appointed as well for the construction of the Victoria's second castle in the Haley Castle, which is located in Colwood, British Columbia. Sorry for you YouTubers, you get to hear this shit again. I fucked up and didn't hit record over here for my auto parts, so yeah, my bad. Sorry, YouTube guys. So remember, if you watch the video on this, you can fast forward through its story. Not on the auto, but on the video you can. But I'll get back to the story. Oh, where was I? The castle's construction is believed to have cost around $500,000. In today's terms, that's probably like 4 or 5 million, dude. I mean, it's a castle. That thing sells for a lot, probably, if it's sold. And consists of granite from British Columbia, tiles from San Francisco, and an oak staircase manufactured in Chicago. When it when in when intently construction, the castle was situated in 28 acres of formal gardens. After Joan Dismiral's death, his daughter sold the the castle and land. They sold the castle to the land investor Griffith Hudges for $38,000. God dang, 38! That just hit me. It cost them 500,000 to build the damn thing, and they only sold it for 38. What the fuck? They lost their ass on that. Okay. Anyways, who split the property into building sets to increase the sales for the duration of a slow real estate market. Hughes proclaimed that the castle would be the theme of a lottery to be won by one of the residential parcels buyers imprinted from the property. Solomon Carmen, who won the castle, mortgaged the manor to fund spec other spectacular things like gambling. Apparently, he was a real bad gambler, and it was gambling was really booming back then. But then it died out, and he was kind of dead broke by 1919. The ownership of the castle was transferred to one of the Solzman's creditors. Here's about the Dismira family in the castle. Robert Dismira's death brought trouble to the family. Differ from his oral promises made to his sons, he left his whole property and business assets to his wife. This disappointed both Alex and James, since they worked their entire life for the family business. It took 7 years to argue with their mother, Joan. That's fucked up. That's their own mother. To their mother to give them the title to the San Francisco company. Then it took another 3 years to agree for the terms to buy the Wellington Colliery, and then I think that was it. That's all they got after that. Which okay, with this, Alex said he felt financially secure enough to marry the love of his life, Miss Josephine, a divorcee who lived with her. He lived with her for 20 years as husband and wife. However, their marriage lasted only 6 weeks. Okay. Okay, so he lived there for 20 years. Okay, anyways, that kind of messed me up there. But anyways. Tika, where was I? He lived with her for 20 years and as husband and wife. However, the marriage lasted only 6 weeks. Alex died while they were on their honeymoon in New York. Ow. So I guess he was married to her as husband and wife, but they never really got married. And when they got married, I take it that's when he died. Alex died while they were on their honeymoon in New York. After the death, the family was divided due to arguments over Alex's will. The fight ended up in a lawsuit that went all the way to the Judicial Committee of the Privy Council in London. James was the chief of the British Columbia at the time, and when he sued his mother, the news went everywhere and all over the place. Joan and James did not speak for several years. Joan passed away in 1908. Graigdarrah, the castle where she lived for 18 years. It was believed that James would not attend the funeral, but he did, however. The castle's regular life continued until 1970 when the Castle Historical Museum Society took up the upkeep and everything of it. The Graigdarrah Castle in Victoria was renovated significantly by the DSCR before interacting as a military hospital in 1990. The kitchen was replenished and the walls were rearranged on every floor. New bathrooms and hydrotherapy along the along with the new sinks that were mounted. The four-story castle still owns rich furnishings from the 1890s and is famous for its stained glass and its great woodwork or master woodwork. The Castle Historical Museum Society holds the castle still to present day. Now let's go over some of these hauntings. I'm gonna have to stop and make another goddamn cup of coffee. Sorry for the GD, guys. Okay, the hauntings. Here are some of the ghosts that are pursued to be connected with the Dismere. They say some of these ghosts are connected with the Dismere family. People have encountered a specific ghostly figure which they believe to be Jonah Dismere. They have seen the spectator walking down the main street in a ball gown. Oh, down the main stairs, not street, down the main stairs in a ball gown. And the most unusual thing about the ghost is that no one has ever seen her in any other part of the house or part of the castle, or doing anything or being anywhere else. She's never going down the stairs. She's always going up. She's always going up. So. But you guys on the video part already know that. And here are some other stuff. Her specter has been seen standing in the cellar, glaring at the floor. See, that don't make any sense here. First off, it says that she don't go anywhere. Oh, because I didn't say one thing. My bad. The basement the basement of the castle is supposedly haunted as well. It's assumed to be haunted by a young girl, and some say she is the second daughter of Robert Dismere. She died soon after Robert. Her specter has been seen standing in the cellar, glaring at the floor. That makes a lot of sense since I got that paragraph. However, she does not stay for long. As soon as you see her, she vanishes and fades away, never to be seen again. Other paranormal events consist of sudden drop in temperature, which I wish would happen here today, and the sense of candle wax hitting on you coming from above. But then when you go look, there's nothing in the ceiling. Pretty creepy. Others have heard ghostly crying sounds of a child, objects moving on their own, and the sound of a piano coming from the dining room when no one is present. And most importantly, there isn't any piano in the place, and there hasn't been one for a long time. So if you're ever around British Columbia, go check out this place, Graigdarrah Castle. It's a big, pretty place. I wish I could afford a castle. I love castles. They're itty bitty. They're pretty big, man. Well, I'm going to take a quick commercial break real quick. Rest my vocal cords real quick since I had to tell that first story twice. Because I'm a jackass who don't know how to hit record. But I will be right back, and we're going to take a little break. Yeah, I like doing this right here. Go down. Oh, God, I got the hiccups. Well, I hope y'all are enjoying the show, and I hope y'all enjoy the video part of the show that I do. Because I like it. I love it. Okay. All right, our next story is the St. Francis Xavier University. Let me get situated a little better. Okay, that's better. I was sinking in my seat. For our next haunted location, girls and guys, we are heading up to the north, the heartland of province, famous for its diverse population and universities. Toronto is one of North America's largest and most intriguing cities. Continue, consistently, the Queen City is also known for having one of the most haunted houses in Canada. Hmm. In Victoria, in Victoria era Toronto, Jarvis Street was the symbol of high society. Elaborate mansions line the street with each one as unique as the last. Built in 1967 by Arthur McCaster, the Keg Mansion. God dang it! What the hell? This ain't the one. Sorry, guys, that ain't the one. I'm doing this San Fran. I came in here before I started doing this and was making sure I could read my notes real good. And apparently, I F stuff up. Okay, sorry about that. I got the right story right here. No, I don't. That ain't it either. God bless it. What the heck? This is embarrassing. I'm sorry, guys. I'm trying. Oh my God, I know I got it. Nope. Okay, it's got to be the blue nun. Okay, I guess this is it. I think. You know what? Well, I'm sorry for this pause. And God, just fucking delete this. I swear I can't get a fucking thing right. What the fuck is going on? Okay. This has to be it. Because this one is the Keg Mansion. Next, I need the. God. Mm. I gotta be such a fucking dick. First, I need to look at the goddamn bottom. Sorry, guys. I'm just getting my notes straightened back up. I had them all fucked up. And because I was reading the wrong shit. Yeah, this is wonderful, guys. Yeah. The Mancy quit. Okay, this is it. Sisters of Notre Dame. Okay. So I need this one right here. Keg Mansion. Keg Mansion. And we got Peggy's Place right here. And Dunvegan. And the Keg Mansion's right here. And Oh my god. I'm fixing to just lose my head and scream. Because I had this all worked out and set like I needed. Which one fucking last? This one. Jesus. I'm fucking sweating my ass off because it's freaking heat. Alright, guys. I got my shit ready now. No, I fucking don't. God. Do this. Okay, let's do this again. I'm ready, YouTube guys. All right, our next story is going to be the St. Francis Xavier University, or a hall. When you think of a haunting of a university dorm, you might not be the first place to think of. But the SFX Gilmore Hall is reported to be haunted by two resident ghosts. Mount St. Bernard College was opened by the Sisters of Notre Dame in the late 19th century of the Catholic girls' school before it became an it became affiliated with San Francisco Xavier University a decade later. Presided over by the Sisters of Notre Dame. Legend has it that one of these sisters was in love with a priest, but she was so overcome with guilt. She was overcome with guilt and over the affair that she jumped from the balcony to her death. Some even say that the priest went on to kill himself as well due to the overwhelming guilt and grief he felt, both the grief that felt in both his lovers and unborn child's death. Oh, so apparently she was pregnant. So that's another reason. An apparition of a priest, often seen lurking around the school's spiral stairway. They are now known as the Blue Nun and the Red Priest. Every year, freshmen report of a ghostly figure in the glowing blue habit drifting through their dorm rooms. Sounds of footsteps walking the hills at night, hearing disemboweled voices in the hallways. They stuffed giggles in the hallways when no one is there. Students have always reported lights and appliances turning on their own in the middle of the night. Objects moving around their room, including textbooks being thrown across the room's floors, slamming doors, water faucets turning on and off, shadow figures, and even the sound of an old telephone ring. A recent resident of Saint FX had a particular haunting experience in her room. In the wee hours of the morning, about to fall asleep, she heard a crash. Turning her head, she saw that a cup had fallen to the ground. Its plastic lid and straw separated on the floor. Too afraid to pick it up, she felt the distant. She, too afraid to pick it up, she left the distant pieces there. The next day, she recounted this story to her friend. Upon hearing her remember that he had borrowed a dish from her and returned her cup, the same cup that she had seen fall in the room that night before, the same cup she had passed in order to visit its friend. Okay, that's a tongue twisting shit. A seemingly mundane yet unexplained event that can only be attributed to the paranormal happenings of the place. Other students, other students whose books and papers regularly rearrange themselves reported wake, walking in the middle of the day. Oh god damn! Reported walking in the middle of the night to find a specter with red glowing eyes hovering over his bed. The figure pointed at him and then disappeared. That's fucking creepy. You know what that means? It's having an affair with somebody and got them pregnant. If you if you if you know of any, okay, never mind. But that's about that story. That one wasn't bad. God dang, I can't talk. That one wasn't bad. Jesus, that one wasn't bad. That's what my dumb ass was trying to say. I thought there was more, like the Blue Nun or something. Or is that just another? I guess it was just another joke. All right, my friends. Now, I think it's time for another one. This one's going to be the Fairmont Banffsprings. Fairmont Banffsprings. Oh, let me get a drink. Oh, guys. Oh, my goddamn coffee's cold as fuck. All right. We're going to do, like I said, the Fairmont Banffsprings Hotel. 132 years ago, the popular Alberto vacation spot has allegedly set the scene for her God damn it, Stutter and fucking Stanley tonight. Horrific murders, suicides. Okay. Ready? All right. 132 years ago, the popular Alberto vacation spot was allegedly set the scene for horrific murders, suicides, and terrible accidents. Rooms have been boarded up and the paranormal are frequently reported. Some are skeptical, but many claim to have seen with their own eyes. The bride of the Banffsprings is perhaps the most active ghost of the hotel, even appearing on collectors' stamps and coins. Like many ghost stories, retold hundreds of times, the details have become embellished and no one is quite sure how or what happened to this elusive woman in white. Great, another dang woman in white. Other unexplained apparitions and heavy activity have been recorded in room 873. Unfortunately, for adrenaline junkies or shining fans looking to get a 5-star spook, the room does not actually exist anymore. Apparently, after years of people claiming that they are terrorized in the suite, the hotel decided to permanently seal the suite room, so nobody goes in there for nothing. I wonder what happened in there. Although hotel staff claims that no such crime ever took place, the room is believed to be the place where a man killed his wife and daughter before taking his own life. Another story, much lies more sinister than others in the others in Sam the Bald Man, or Sam the Bell Man, said to be a helpful, cheery spirit. Sam is often mistaken for a live employee. We're not sure if we buy into any of these myths, stories or legends, but we do get a bit of a funky shiver whenever we're at the resort. Our, we are at the resort ourselves. It could be a chill from an open window or the presence of the lost and damned. Who knows? Really, though, if you're ever in the area, go check it out. It's a beautiful spot, and it makes you say, All right, I got some more ghost stories from that place. During the construction of the original hotel, of the during the construction of the original wooden hotel, there was a significant error from the contractor. A room was built with no windows or doors, which was not even shared with the hotel owner. The room was discovered after a fire broke out in 1926. Since then, apparitions of apparitions are often seen roaming the hall outside the rooms. The room was reportedly the scene of a tragic murder of a family. Its door has since been bricked up and made to look like the rest of the wall in the hallway. This is probably talking about that story, but there's plenty more from this place. So, guests have reported seeing apparitions outside the room, possibly members of the family that were reported to have been murdered here. Stories suggest a woman dressed in her wedding gown lost her life on that staircase. There were candles in these stairs. There were candles on these stairs when the bride was walking up to them. When suddenly her dress caught a fire, in a panic she tripped and fell down the stairs, dying from a broken neck. Many people have reported seeing her ghost in her full wedding gown, often dancing in the ballroom. Guests of these staff, Guests in these staff have, in some cases, witnessed it. Okay, the flames from her dress. Others have seen the woman on the staircase where she lost her life. Staff members have also reported strange noises coming from the bridal suite, even when the suite is vacant. Here's the story about the bellman, and it says a guy named Sam is perhaps the most popular of all the Banff Springs ghosts. He was a he was a bellman at the hotel and oh God, he was a bellman in the hotel in the 60s to the 70s. However, not much is known about how or where he died. Excuse me. His spirit is said to haunt the hotel to this day. He has been known to appear in 1960s uniform, holding holding guest holding guests entering locked rooms, turn on the room lights, or help with carrying bags. That's what his job. He was a bellboy. That's what they do. He's often witnessed on the ninth floor. He will vanish if you try to start a conversation or attempt to tip him. Here's some other stuff. as well as the most popular. Okay, we're just going to start here. Okay, I've already read that. Okay, this is the secret room. Okay, we've already said that, talked about that. Alright. What's left on here? Which room? Well, okay, wait. Here's a little bit more of the history. Well, no. Yeah, here's some of the more of the history. The hotel was built in Alberta, Canada. It was built in 1888. It was originally a wooden structure. It was created out of the necessity when the Canadian Pacific Railroad was stretched westwards, and high-class hotels were needed for the people traveling along the route. The vice president of CPR saw the hotel as a stop-off point and a world-class travel destination. With breathtaking mountain scenery and natural hot springs, it had a lot to be proud of. A major fire in the 1926. Okay, we talked about that. Yeah, this place seems pretty damn creepy, guys. I would definitely go check it out. That seems pretty cool. And if any of you are in Canada, and if I'm fucking these stories up or not telling them right, or if you've heard of them, tell me what you have heard. So, anybody out there, if I'm ever doing any story around your area where you live or something, you can always email me or send a shoot on Facebook and tell me about it. Okay. Sorry. I'm We wear short shorts. Okay, our next story is the Keg Mansion. Lillian was the daughter of heart educated. Okay, Lillian was the only daughter of Hart, educated at the head of its time, Wilson Women's College in Hamilton. She died in 1950 while living in today's Keg Mansion, only 6 years after her husband. According to the tragic legend, it happened just after Lillian's death. So beloved by her staff, and said inside the Keg Mansion, a maid took her lot took her a maid took her mistress's death to heart. Oh God, that's crazy. So when the old man died, she said, "I can't take it anymore," and killed herself. Wow. Okay, and then Lillian said she learned of Lillian's. Okay, anyway, said she learned of Lillian's passing. The maid walked to the oval visible above the main staircase, same area near the very haunted second floor, and the woman's washroom. Finished a nose, tied it to the she got a noose ready to hang herself, tied it to the old strong wood, climbed over the side of the over the side and dropped. The house staff found her soon after, swinging above the foyer near the stairs. Most believe her death was out of grief. Another version of the legend suggests different, saying that the maid was having a secret affair with a married Massey with God dang it, having a secret affair with a married Massey family member. For some reason, she felt the secret would be exposed after Lillian's death. So I guess Lillian knew about it, kept it under wraps. This one's the maid's ghost. It doesn't matter which version of the legend you believe. Many consider Lillian's maid to be the resident ghost of Keg's Mansion. Witnesses to the maid's spirit include King's staff locking up at night, walking to secure the front door after a long night of serving customers, movements out of the corner of their eyes, spin to the right to the grand staircase. They call it glimpse. They call it a glimpsey, a flash seen through to terrify the toughest employee to take to fright in the moment. But remember always what they saw. What they saw, a woman hanging from the second floor, swinging slowly from her noose. And the second she's gone. So 1 minute you'll see this figure hanging, and that's creepy. Man, that is fucking nuts. I'd go cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. I'd be running. That'd be weird. Seeing something like that at the corner of your eye dangling, then turn around, bam, it's gone. Staff only see the maid at the grand staircase, always hanging, never anywhere else in the mansion. That's where she always hangs around. Get it? That kill me. I really do. And I think I got more on this one. I think I found some more stuff. Yes, I did. Okay, and it starts talking about, okay, it's built on, okay, here we go. In Victoria, Toronto, Jarvis Street was the symbol of high society. Elaborate mansions lined the street, with each one as unique as the last. Built in 1867 by Arthur McMaster, the Keg Mansion boosted an ornate interior and exterior. Not orient, an ornate interior and exterior. The red shingles and green brace window accents pop against the natural brick. Soft colors inside the line, the 26 different rooms and 17 fireplaces. The home would be bought in 1882 by the Cleveland agricultural equipment salesman, President Hart Massey, and his wife. The Masseys added a turret Varday in a greenhouse, but left much of the original decoration untouched. The Masseys quickly became one of the most prominent families in the city. In fact, Hart Mosley helped fund buildings at the University of Toronto, such as Massey's Hall. After Hart's death, the daughter Lillian took over his estate and named the home Inclined Hall. Having a woman run such as a vast enterprise was very rare back in them days, and unheard of at the time. Hart's grandson Vincent and Raymond also rose to the prominence of the social status. Vincent became the governor. Vincent became the governor general of Canada in 1952. Raymond became an Oscar-nominated actor after Lillian's death. The house was entrusted to the University of Toronto and later served as a veterans hospital and art gallery, and even a radio station. Sorry, I gotta find the right place with my goggles. My bifocals sometimes. The the Keg Mansion has seen its fair share of tragedy. It's more than 150 years old. The Lillian Massey passed away in the home in 1915. After her death, one of Lillian's most devoted maids took her passing very hard, and it's said that she hung herself. And that's the story I've already told. But there's no shortage of ghost stories from Greg Mansion. People have reported the sounds of children playing around the home, mainly closer to the stairwell by the where the boy fell. The distraught maid of Lillian Massey is so called said to roam the building. She will sometimes appear in the bathroom, appear in the room she died in, hanging in the corner. Lillian Massey herself can be heard and seen in different times, most likely still watching over the home, even after her passing. So, if you're ever around Canada, go check out the old Keg Mansion. It sounds like a pretty happening spot. If you know what I mean, Mr. Jelly Bean. Okay, I guess we'll get on with our next story. I got two more left. Okay. Peggy's Cove is one of the Peggy's Cove is one of Nova Scotia's. Oh, Nova Scotia. Peggy Cove is one of Nova Scotia's most popular God dang it, tourist locations, and is when not only for its beauty. Okay, it is known not only for its beauty and its lighthouses, but it's also known for its ghost stories. One of the most famous ghost stories from Peggy's Cove is that of a lady in blue. According to the legend, according to the legend, Peggy Cove was named after the only survivor of a schooner that ran aground and sunk in 1800. A young girl by the name of Margaret and was taken in by one of the local families. Locals called her Peggy, or Peggy of the Cove, and some say she married a local man and settled in a fishing village before moving to North Dakota. As the story goes, there was a woman who had traveled from Europe to Canada, hoping for a better life for herself and her two children. Excuse me. Unfortunately, she did not have enough money to bring her children with her, but hoped to earn enough money to send them and send money for her children and stuff. So, sitting in the village of Peggy Cove, she married a local man who was very kind to her. One day, she was sitting on the rocks, daydreaming of her child, and was very sad because she missed him. She missed him so. Her new husband soon joined her, and seeing that she was feeling down, he tried to cheer her up by singing and dancing on the rocks. And when he was dancing, he slipped and fell on the rocks, killing him instantly because he hit his head. Bam! And the locals found him later, but there was no sign of her. Oh. Some say that she likely felt responsible for her death, and she took her own life by falling into the sea. Even to this day, some people have seen the mysterious lady in blue, and it has been said that she looks poised to jump into the sea, and when someone tries to help her, she disappears sadly into the night. So, that one seemed pretty good too. So, if anybody's ever been around there or heard anything about that story, just let me know. All right, our last and final story. Okay, our last and final story is the Dunvegan Provincial Park. Dunvegan Provincial Park. Okay. The site of one of Alberto's very first trade posts. The park is believed to be home. The park is said to be believed to be home to many paranormals going on. Many paranormal ghosts. One of the most common reports is the ghost of a woman who froze to death one fateful night while searching for her husband during an unreeling snowstorm. Many witness accounts report the singing of a lantern flickering in the distance, right where the woman's body was found. There is a common sighting of a priest sitting at a desk in the rectory. He's also been seen by passersby standing up and looking out of a window. Ooh. A common claim at the park is the feeling of being watched throughout the surrounding area, even the Dunvegan Bridge, where the ghost of a woman dressed in a long, fucking goddamn, a woman dressed in a long white hooded cloak and bare feet has been witnessed. Her figure has also been spotted around the mist coming in from the river. There has been a lot of paranormal activity and witness accounts at the park. The park is one of the Providence's earliest trade posts, like I've already said. And of course, the same thing with this one is the lantern. So if you're ever out there in the woods and you see a lantern and a ghost and you hear some voices, if I was you, I'd just run. I wouldn't try to go help or go to the ghost at all. I'd leave. I'd just say, you won this time, Mr. Ghost. I don't want nothing to do with you. Sorry, I'm redoing my mic real quick. But that is it for today, guys. And I'm so glad you had patience with me. Sorry about fucking up on YouTube and telling the story twice. You guys got to hear it twice. Sorry about that. But, hey, guys, I want to say thank you all. Our numbers are growing freaking big time, and it's amazing, and I love it. So keep it up, guys. Our follower numbers are getting bigger. We're getting good consecutive downloads every day. So I'm pumped. I'm ready. You guys are awesome. I love it, love it, love it. So just want to say thank you for that and keep doing it. And don't forget, hit that subscribe button, hit that follow button on Spotify or anything. Yeah, just keep downloading and keep listening, man. I appreciate it and I love it to death because you guys don't understand. I mean, this is awesome. I get heard by the whole world, and it's amazing. And I want to thank you guys. But this has been Stephen Ledboo from Ghost Stories Told from the South. You guys have a good one. Be good, be real. We will see you later. Have a good, scary night. Okay, YouTubers. Sorry about this one being so long because I fucked up. But hey, you guys have a good one. Be scary, and we'll see you later.